Hi, welcome back to Air Engine Research once again. I have my bicycle assist finished, and I've done some testing on it, and I'll show you how I built it. And what happened is I went through the building and the testing process. So be sure and watch the end of the video, because I've made some decisions that will affect what I do from now on. If you watch the videos, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe and either give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down to let me know how I'm doing. But now I'll go ahead and show you the process that I went through while I was working on building the compressed air bicycle assist. So I've made some modifications on the assist, and it appears to be fitting pretty well exactly the way I wanted it. And it looks like it's going to be fitting pretty fair. It's going to ride pretty much in the center, hopefully, with the groove in the tire. And we'll see then what it does a little bit later on when I actually have all the stuff cut off and things that I want. I'm going to have to put that plate on the front up here where the bracket will come down, and have a pin sticking out here for the cylinder to attach. But the rest of it looks like it'll be okay as is. These valves, I made them with a diaphragm on the inside, which makes it sealed airtight, but it also, the size of the diaphragm increases the pressure that has to be put on each one of the plungers in order to operate the valve, and that's making it too stiff. So I'm going to change them out, put my older valves with the stem and an O-ring seal around the shaft. I think they'll be sufficient for the pressures that we're going to be running now. Before, these were used when I was running like up to 300-400 PSI, but on this, I'm thinking it shouldn't have to be more than maybe 50, 75, maximum 100 PSI to operate. So I'm going to go ahead and switch these out right now. And when I get that done, then I'll do a little bit more showing you how it fits back onto the bicycle, and a little bit more about the actual air motor itself. Yesterday afternoon, I decided I was going to make some changes on this and then put it on my bicycle. I wanted to change the valves, which was these that had a diaphragm in it, but when I tried to use it and stuff, it was really too difficult or too hard for the thing to push those things, because, like I said, the diaphragm caused too much pressure to be needed. So I changed out these valves, but it took me a lot longer than what I was expecting. They were made for a different designed air motor, So I had to make some changes on how I faced it and which way these connectors were turned in order to make it work. And one other thing that I had done, I went for this 6-inch wheel, which was giving me like a 4-to-1 ratio, 4 times with this wheel here to 1 time the bicycle. So I went to a 3-inch wheel. So that's going to give me roughly a 10-to-1 ratio, which I'm hoping will give me plenty of oomph when I need it. And a higher gear ratio is okay. It will use more air, but this is not meant to be driven all the time. It's only what I call a compressed air bicycle assist. So if you're going up a hill, it gets kind of hard on you, well then you can activate it and take a little pressure off of your pedaling. It still shakes a fair amount, but if you have some resistance on it, just to hold it down, it's not too bad. I call that fishtailing once I go back and forth. So, but I'm hoping that won't be too severe on the bicycle, because this will be attached to the frame. And back here will be where the air tank is going to be hooked to. It might be a little shorter, but for right now, since I went to a 3-inch wheel, I had to move this all up 2.5 inches and then redo the push rods and the cylinder so it would all fit together. And the reason I've done that, because the original design with the 6-inch wheel, it rode flat on top of the bicycle wheel kind of at the rear. But when I went to the 3-inch, then it was sitting down too far, and these upper supports here, well actually here, was hitting the bicycle wheel when I put it down. So I couldn't have that, so I needed to move it forward to get the thing raised up and flat whenever it's on the bicycle. But all of that, I think it looks pretty fair. I've got two little support things here that go around the frame on both sides to kind of help stabilize it this way. So I'll see how that works out in the long run too. I think that's about it. I think I'll go ahead and see about mounting it on the bicycle. So I'll have to turn off the video for a second and reposition it. Let's see where the rest of it is. So this is what determines. Oh yeah, well, let's see, that didn't work. Hey, it makes the wheel turn. How about that? But what I'm wondering is how fast it'll go when you're actually trying to ride it. I don't know how fast that is, but it's not real fast. really needs to have more RPMs than that on the air assist, but for some reason that's about it. There's no backwards to it. This is going to be the first run with the 3-inch wheel on the bicycle. Let's see how it does. Have a higher gear ratio yet. 10 to 1 is not enough. I have another idea that I'll work on. Something where I can get just about any gear ratio I want by using the air part here. Will drive through a chain drive another wheel. So basically I have to come up with a different air motor design. But a 3-inch wheel will definitely drive it only. Now maybe if you're out riding and you're going faster, then you kick it on. It may work better, so I'll do some test runs outside. But for right now, it's just too hot today. I think it's about 95 out there, and I don't want to get out there in that heat and try it. So maybe tomorrow morning before the sun comes up, I'll hop on it and see what happens. As I said in the beginning, I have made a major change on, what I'm doing with the air assist. I went back and looked at the other videos and things that I had done, and then I took what I learned and went back to the drawing board, and I came up with a totally new design, I guess you'd say. I have some different valves now that I'll be using. They're much easier to adjust and position, and I'm hoping to be able soon to actually put it on my bicycle and do some more testing with it and see if it is going to do what I hope it will. But I'll put a picture on the end of this video to show you what it will look like when it's done, and we'll go from there. But thank you again for checking in, and be sure that you've checked the little bell symbol to be notified if I put out a new video, and hopefully I'll be doing that within the next week or two. But until then, so long.